Go to the college, Da said. Use your smarts, he said. Like I'm supposed to figure out which college he meant.
Okay, so I figured I'd make a video showing you how to add your own fonts to Skyrim as opposed to just go ahead and continually download font mods to figure out which font you like the best. Because realistically, say you want to add, like I'm going to do, the Sega Saturn font into Skyrim, there's likely not going to be a mod that adds that, so you may want to go ahead and just add the font that you want yourself. So yeah, when I initially wanted to do this, I figured I'd just go over to main font replacement for Valistar and see what he did. But he was nice enough to explain exactly what he did in the description. I'll link this. You can go ahead and read it if you hate the sound of my voice for some reason. I, however, love the sound of my voice, so I'm going to keep on going. So I'm just going to go ahead and minimize this. So you're going to want the font that you're adding to Skyrim installed on your computer. Don't do that yet, though. I want to explain some things. Let me see. Let me find a good example here. Okay. I'll just go to Sega Saturn here. This is the font I'm going to add. As you can see, it has numbers and it has punctuation. This is what Skyrim needs. If you add a font that doesn't have numbers or punctuation, and Skyrim goes ahead and wants to display a number, it's not going to know what to display, so it's going to display a rectangle. Literally, it's an outline. I'll go ahead and put up a picture of what that looks like. Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't look good at all. It looks kind of stupid. So yeah, you're going to want to make sure that your font has numbers and punctuation. One more thing, let me X out of here. So with the Biohazard font here, you can see that the lowercase characters are different from the caps characters. So hypothetically, if you added this font, you went into Bellathor's shop, the B in Bellathor would be this B, as the rest of the text would be like this, because it uses a capital B for Bellathor, obviously. And as you can see here, it has no punctuation, which is not good either. So yeah, make sure your font has numbers, punctuation, and preferably the same characters for lowercase and uppercase. And obviously you're going to want to install that. Next thing you're going to need is Adobe Flash Professional. There's a 30-day free trial, so you don't have to worry about buying the program because it's pretty expensive. And you're also going to want Oblivion Mod Manager or Fallout Mod Manager because they have a BSA browser tool that we're going to be using. Before that though, we're just going to go ahead and embed our font into an SWF file using Flash Player. So go ahead and open that up, or Flash Professional. Okay, so create new, ActionScript 3.0, go to File, Save As, save it wherever you like. I'm going to save everything on my desktop here. But make sure you name it fonts_en2.fla. Now, if you're using a mod that already adds fonts to Skyrim and you're just expanding on that, you're probably going to want to change this 2 to a 3. But since I'm not using a mod that already adds fonts to Skyrim, I don't need to worry about that. So I'm just going to save this. Now I'm going to go over on the right hand side here and select the text tool. Select classic text and input text, and obviously the text that we want to add. And just click here and type anything. I'm going to type embed. And over right here you can see it says embed. You're going to want to click on that. And you're going to want to take note of the name of the font. So I'm just going to copy this to Notepad. And I'll minimize that. And here's where you're going to decide what you want to embed. As you can see, uppercase, lowercase numerals, and punctuation is really just the best bet. Otherwise, down here you have Latin, Korean, all this stuff you really don't need. But you're going to want to make sure it has all the number glyphs and all the punctuation glyphs. And lastly, just go ahead and name it. And click OK. Then go to File, then Publish, and it's going to publish an SWF file wherever you save the FLA. So as you can see here, it's on my desktop. You can go ahead and delete the FLA and the HTML file if you like. And I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm going to call that interface. And I'm going to drag fonts_en2.swf into that. And now we're going to go ahead and use the BSA browser tool that comes with Fallout Mod Manager or Oblivion Mod Manager. So just type in BSA in the search bar and you'll probably run into it. Open it up. And on the bottom left hand corner here, click open. Then navigate to your Skyrim folder. Then go to the data folder within Skyrim and find the interface BSA. So that's right here, and click open. Open it anyway. Follow-up Mod Manager doesn't usually give you this message, but Oblivion Mod Manager will. Okay, so we only want one file here. You can extract all if you like, but if you're just doing this, I wouldn't recommend it. You're going to want fontconfig.txt, so that's all we're going to extract from here. So you can see here, that's it. Just click on it and click extract. I'm going to extract it to the desktop. There we go. And I'm going to exit out. And I have fontconfig.txt here. I'm going to open it up. And as you can see here, here are the fonts that Skyrim uses. They're embedded into SWF files. And we're going to go ahead and add a new font library. So create a new line. Type fontlib space quotes interface / fonts underscore en2.swf end quotes. And here is where you're going to go ahead and decide which font you want to replace. So I want to replace the 3 primary fonts, the Everywhere fonts, with my Sega Saturn font. So it's going to go ahead and copy the name of the font and replace the Everywhere fonts. Okay, you'll see here that the Everywhere bold font is set to display in bold. Now, certain fonts don't like doing that, so you'd probably want to change that to normal. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's because this is an official Adobe font, I believe. It has script on it, which I believe helps it display in bold. Again, don't quote me, I'm not entirely sure of this. Whereas you can see the font that we're adding has only outlines. So just keep that in mind. And what will happen is, I noticed where it displays your levels, the numbers for your levels will actually just be rectangles if it's set to display in bold here and the font can't display in bold. So yeah, after that you're just going to want to go ahead and save config.txt. So I'm going to Control S, I'm going to exit out of this here, I'm not going to save that. I'm going to drag this into the interface folder and I'm going to go ahead and archive it. I'm going to rename the archive. There's a Saturn font replacer. There we go. Now, if you just want to manually drag and drop the folders into your data folder, you could just take this interface and copy and paste it into your Skyrim's data folder. But because I want to use Mod Organizer to add it as a mod, I went ahead and archived it. Same goes for Nexus Mod Manager. So I'm just going to add this. So I'm going to click Add from File and then select Saturn Font Replacer. Go to Manual, if you're using Mod Organizer that is. Make sure it says Looks Good. Click OK. And then activate it. And then let me go ahead and open up Skyrim and show you. Okay, as you can see, it worked fine. Go to Load Game. I can load Herb the Orc. Load him up, and I want to show you something on the loading screen here. As you can see in the top right, it says level 16. When it was attempting to display this font in bold, it was just the 16 were just 2 rectangles. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And as you can see, this font is quite large. And I'm going to try to show you how to do something about that. I'll see if I add it to a separate video or add it to the end of this video. Okay, there's Timeskewer, I think it is, a fucking nut job in Whiterun. Anyway, as you can see here, everything's fine. Also, those levels on the bottom there were also displaying as rectangles when it was attempting to display this font in bold. Just note that. As you can see here, everything's okay. Again, this font is quite large. I'm going to see if I can add to this video or make a new video showing you how to rectify that. And yeah, I hope this helped, and thanks for watching.
Mead. Kill him to get some beer every now and then, huh? Stupid bees and their stupid honey.